something happen. You're in the airport, run a risk now that someone will call the social services of Dubai to bring you out. And then you can even face troubles with that. You can even use your visa, the Dubai visa. So try to talk to ask any class. Ask the Holy Spirit what to say. But I just felt it now. The class you should say. Someone should donate something for with whatever purpose, and yeah, they will do. You put your bank account.
Okay, can you hear me now?
In the link in the video.
Is it fine now? Now clear. Okay, good to know. Okay, so good afternoon. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. How are you? Hi, Sim. Hi, Grace. Good to see you guys. Sorry for the interference the other time. Apologies, really apologies for that. Okay, so because of time, we lost a bit of some 15 minutes actually. Yeah. I hope Juliet can log on and Mia as well. I hope they can log on. We can start immediately. Hi, Juliet. How are you? It's fine now. Okay, that's great. And I hope Mia is also there. Hi, Brenda. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in on time. Thank you so much, guys. So, this is lesson 5. Okay. We're going to guard what has been restored. Okay. We're going to learn how to guard what has been restored. Whether it is, whether you're just starting the process or you're midway the process or you're about to finish, let's learn how to guard what has been restored. You see? One, the transformation that you're carrying out right now, it attracts scrutiny, whether you like it or not. Okay? It attracts scrutiny. It attracts both positives and it also attracts some criticisms that are going to kind of like kick you off. And we're going to discover how people will ask you questions, people will resist what you're actually doing, they'll even question your sanity at some point. It will attract scrutiny and even opposition. Yeah. So you saw clearly that the blind man's healing was very visible, and those around him tried to struggle, accepting, is he really the one? Hmm? Even when they could see the evidence that he was alive, like he could see, they were like, is he really the one? No, but he looks like the guy was on the street begging. So through his case study specifically, yeah, we learn the importance of guarding what God has restored, yeah, setting healthy boundaries, developing discernment, and protecting the work that you're actually doing, mm, and the work that God is doing in our lives. You see, when we talk about growth, it must be accompanied by stewardship. And you know what I mean by stewardship? What are those responsibilities that you have been entrusted with? Hmm? What are those responsibilities you've been, as you go on doing the transformation, you realize that this is a responsibility that has been entrusted to me. Okay. And when you are entrusted with a responsibility, you have to ensure that you steward it, ensure its continuity, ensure its sustainability, and then you pass it on. Whatever it is, if it is a vision, whatever it is, whether it's a business, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a family, whatever it is, you need to be able to ensure continuity and sustainability. Now, the question that I'm going to ask, have you ever noticed that some people celebrated your struggle but became uncomfortable with your growth? Have you ever noticed that? Hmm? They celebrated your struggle, but they became very uncomfortable with your growth. Who has experienced that? Has any of you experienced that? You've experienced that when you are struggling. You had a lot of supporters. But when you transformed, or when things are going on well, when you look at, for example, the blind man series, yeah, the neighbors saw the evidence. The Pharisees had the testimony very clearly, yet they still questioned the miracle. Why? They were like, why? Is he the one? Um, Repeat again, what did he do? It's like there was a lot of doubt. Yeah. You see, like I said earlier, not everyone rejoices when transformation occurs. Today's lesson is about, I'm going to teach you how to guard your transformation process right from the start. You need to guard what you're building. Some people are inspired by growth, others are threatened by it. I don't know if you've experienced this. Some will celebrate your progress, some will not. But you who is building, what do you need to do? Because others will even question your progress. And that's the reason as to why you need to have discernment. It's very essential in this transformation process. Today's lesson is about guarding you. Because the same question was asked the blind man: who did this? Are you really the one? No, the other one looked like you. Showing doubt. There was doubt. Has any of you experienced it? Can you share your experiences? What have you experienced? What have you experienced in regards to this? The same exact challenge. What have you experienced? Hmm? Anyone wants to share? Oh, sorry. I blocked you. Where? What do you mean? Me on WhatsApp? Or where? Which one? What are you talking about? I blocked you. Because I did not block you. You mean on WhatsApp? Kezi, when I was drinking alcohol, I had a lot of friends until when I decided to quit alcohol. They always ask me, are you sure you don't want to drink? Until I was transformed enough, they had no place to stay, to fit in. Yeah, exactly. I think now you can see for yourself. You have the examples. No, it was network, honestly speaking. Sorry, dear. Sorry, dear. It was network. I didn't block you. Yeah. So I want you to see the connection. Yeah. With a blueprint. When you look at that, when you look at the blueprint connection from restoration to stewardship, transformation is not complete until what has been restored is properly guarded. Okay, that's why I'm talking about the guarded bit. Look at that encounter. Jesus saw him, exposure, his blindness was revealed. In the revelation, the instructions were released. Responsibility, he chose obedience. In the response, he went and washed. In the refinement, the process, sorry, changed him. In the purpose, his sight was restored. Now, number 8 is my concern in this whole line. You have to make sure you pay attention to all these areas because these are experiences that actually practically happen. Okay. 8 is the discernment. He now had to navigate people's reactions to his transformation, where to set boundaries. Otherwise, the whole thing that you worked on, everything that you've built, is going to come down. Now, I speak with experience on this one. When I tell you, it can all come down. You go into the process, you heal, but you don't heal 100%. Okay? And then, as you're navigating your pathway, you open doors that you're not supposed to open because you did not have enough discernment. Now, you're taken back to zero, yeah, where you started from, and even worse. That's why I want you to guard what you are building. That's I'm very specific on this one. You need to have very high level discernment. Discern. I will sing it loudly. Please discern. Discern who you're speaking to. Discern who you're giving access. Because if you do not discern who you're giving access, that's where the challenge is going to come from. You understand? Uh-huh. One one of my friends never wanted me to get married. Oh, whenever I was heartbreaking, she was happy inside Jesus. That was so bad. When I began to be self-aware and stopped chasing after people, they ask why I no longer reach out to them. The good thing is that you can see for yourself the things I'm talking about. Yeah. Today I'm not going to take so much time. Yeah. You'll understand me because of where I am. I'm on the move. Okay. So the question is, why were they still asking questions? In the when you look at that experience the blind man was having, they were still asking questions. The people were asking, "Are you the one? Uh-uh, you look like the one." Then they actually matched him down to the Pharisees and said, "This guy has been healed on the Sabbath." And then in the law, they were not supposed to be healed. They were not supposed to receive healing on the Sabbath. And then then he had to repeat the story 2 times to the Pharisees. You can imagine the evidence is standing right before you, but you keep asking the question. You know why? Because some people do not struggle with the evidence that's in front of them. They struggle with accepting what that evidence means. Because the evidence has impact, because the evidence has an outcome. They struggle with that. You need to notice the pattern. The neighbors asked, "Isn't this the man who used to sit and beg?" Others replied, "No, he only looks like him." Then they asked, "How were your eyes opened?" Then they asked, "Where is the man that